Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indiana Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There's a Q&A button located at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to ask questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions happening over the next 3 hours, so definitely go back out there and sign up for additional ones as well. And finally, this presentation is being recorded and will be available at the same site where you're registered within about a week. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first college, which is University of South Florida.
Hi, thank you so much for having us today. I really appreciate it. My name is Christy Penman. I'm with the University of South Florida. We have 3 locations. So I'd like to say that I'm from all of the locations at University of South Florida, the Tampa, the Sarasota Manatee campus, as well as our St. Petersburg campus. So I would like to go ahead and share my screen with you. I have a brief presentation, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me anytime after the presentation. I will give you all of my contact information as well. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I hope that you find this time worthwhile. So University of South Florida, as I mentioned, we have 3 locations. We have our Tampa location, which has about 42,000 students. Then we have our St. Petersburg campus, which is a smaller campus, about 5,000 students. And the remainder of our 52,000 students are down in our Sarasota campus. So we really have something for everyone. We have that very large Division I school experience, or we have kind of more of that private school experience. So I really always like to say that at the University of South Florida, we have every major for almost every student, as well as every size that you can imagine. So definitely think about us and consider joining the USF Bulls country. So something about University of South Florida, which is really unique, is that we have about 41.5% of our students come from very diverse student backgrounds. So you find a lot of diversity on our campus, lots of different cultures, lots of people to meet and learn about their background. So I think that's really exciting part about University of South Florida, definitely a point of pride for us. We also represent students from all 50 states, as well as all 141 countries. We also have over 200 majors and concentrations on our campus. So even though we're a large university, we do like to keep our classroom sizes small. So the average class size is 33 students, and we have a student-to-teacher ratio of 21:1. These are the different colleges that we have at the University of South Florida. We have anything from the College of Arts all the way up to College of Pharmacy. And hopefully I'll have a chance to talk to you a little bit more about some of our special unique programs that we have at University of South Florida. But some of our most popular majors are anything within the sciences, along with any of our business programs. And then of course, College of Engineering and Education followed by those. Those are probably our most popular ones. Out at our St. Petersburg campus, definitely the College of Marine Science, because we're right on the bay, so students can take our vessel right off the campus and into the bay and then out into the ocean. So that's a really cool program. So one of the other points of pride at University of South Florida is our class ranking, or school ranking. We are number 46 among public universities by the U.S. News World Report, and also one of the college best values. And we will talk a little bit more about our tuition in just a minute, and I hopefully will find that as exciting as we do. So on our campus, or any of our campuses, I should say, across all 3 campuses, there's our St. Pete up on the top, followed by our Tampa campus on the bottom with a balloon drop. And then over on the far right, you see our Sarasota Manatee campus, which is our much quieter campus, very small, about 2,000 students who attend that campus. We have over 700 clubs and organizations to get involved in. So anything from pretty much from the Harry Potter Club, Disney Club, 3D printing club, some kind of club within your business program, education programs, medical programs. We have a club and organization for all of our students. We also have Greek life, if that is something you're interested in. Along with that, we have recreation, intramurals, and club sports. We also have over 1,000 campus events throughout the school year. And again, as I mentioned, we are a Division I school, part of the NCAA Division of Athletics. And we even have our own grocery store on campus. We have our Publix grocery store. So something, again, unique to University of South Florida. We're the only school in the country that has that. So I guess that's kind of unique. And we also have like I mentioned, 200 majors and concentrations across our campuses. So if you are interested in anything from marine science all the way down to journalism, we pretty much have everything you can imagine. Another unique thing about University of South Florida is we are a preeminent research university. So if you are interested in research, you can start researching as early as a freshman and continue that all the way up to your senior year of college. We also have many study abroad opportunities on our campus, over 100 of those, and we go to 25 different countries. And then we have our honors college. If you'd like to be challenged even further at the University of South Florida, which is not hard to do, you can join our Judy Ginshaft Honors College. Along with that, there are many great benefits to that, as well as certain study abroad opportunities, scholarships, and internship opportunities. So if you're looking to live on campus, we have campus housing on both our Tampa campus as well as our St. Petersburg campus. We have traditional style, suite style, apartment style, and living learning communities, which is unique to University of South Florida. That's where you can actually live with students who also share the same interest or same major as you. It is not required to live on campus as a freshman, just so you're aware, and there is parking on campus as a freshman. I know you're all coming from out of state, so those are always questions I get for students who are interested in attending University of South Florida. So the next thing I'd like to talk to you a little bit about is our freshman admissions process. So we do accept the coalition or common application, or you can apply directly on our website. There is a $30 application fee. We do accept the ACT, SAT, or NACAC fee waivers, and we just require high school transcripts along with your official test scores. So if you are interested in University of South Florida and applying, our application opens July 1st. You want to have the application completed by April 15th so you can be considered for scholarships. And I will just run through the different scholarships that we have really quickly. We have lots of generous non-Florida resident scholarships that range from $6,000 all the way up to $12,000 a year. And finally, I just want to talk to you a little bit about our tuition. Our tuition is a little less than $35,000 for out-of-state students. That includes room and board and all of the fees. Finally, if you would like to just go ahead and scan that QR code and take down some admissions information, I will put my information down in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for your time and have a great evening. And now back to you.
As my dogs bark at the same time. Thank you so much for that presentation. Up next, we have University of East Anglia.
Thank you so much. My name is Alana Stewart. I'm the regional manager for the University of East Anglia. I am based north of you all in the great state of Michigan, but on the east side, and I'm here to help you out with anything that you need. We are a little bit different from the universities you're going to hear from today in the sense that we are located across the pond in the United Kingdom, specifically in England. University of East Anglia is also known as UEA. We were founded in 1963, so even though we are a relatively young institution, we've done a great job at establishing ourselves, and we are within the world top 200 and the UK top 25 universities. We are a public campus-based research university, so the professors that you're learning under will be doing top-tier research and contributing to their respective field. We do have over 160 undergraduate majors that I'll talk about a little bit later. And then our campus size is maybe on the large side or smaller side of large institutions, depending on what categorization you're using. But we're at about 17,000 students, of which 17% are from around the world and international. If you attend UEA. We are located in Norwich, England, about an hour and a half northeast of London by train. You can see it marked there with that pink glint. We do have an international airport that you can fly into, typically going over to Schiphol and Amsterdam and then coming backwards. That area of the UK is beautiful countryside, so you're kind of surrounded by peaceful rolling farmlands, but Norwich itself is one of the largest cities for that area at about 130,000 people. So a smaller city, but it still has enough for students to stay entertained. You can see that we have a castle on the left-hand side photos. We also have two cathedrals and over 30 medieval churches in the area. We also are a shopping destination. We're named one of the most affordable cities to live in. We're also a very safe place to live. And then we've been named one of the best cities to live in, especially for that region itself. We have one of the highest numbers of vegan restaurants per person. And the reason I mention that is just to kind of show you the eclectic nature. So even if you're not a vegan, you can still find everything that you would need in Norwich. If you happen to watch the movie Jingle Jangle over the past holiday seasons on Netflix, the snowball fighting scene was actually filmed in Norwich's Elm Hill district. So it's a very historic district for us. So that's a cool little Hollywood piece for Norwich. And I'll talk about one on our campus, which is about 3 miles from the proper city center on 320 acres of green space. You can see we do have our own lake, and students as well as the community members like to take walks around that area themselves. If you like to stay active and stay fit, we have one of the largest sports parks in Great Britain, and you can see the fields, pitches, and courts on the right-hand side. We also do have an Olympic-sized swimming pool as well as an indoor rock climbing wall our student ambassador likes to take advantage of. We have accommodation on campus, and they are guaranteed accommodation for your first year. We have a variety of price points, and a nice feature in most UK universities is that you do get your own room. Our student union is home to music venues, and in a good year, we get 60 or more live music gigs. We also have pubs in that student union. Our library is open 24/7, anytime you might need a quiet space to study. And then in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the Sainsbury Center for Visual Arts. And also behind me, that facade might look familiar because it is in the Avengers films. UEA doubles as the Avengers headquarters. One of the co-directors did a study abroad program and studied script writing with us. So that's kind of a cool little fun Hollywood fact for you. We also do have brand new facilities for our engineering students. And also community engineers so that they can cross-collaborate and work on projects. And also we have the new science building, which is dedicated by Dr. Jane Goodall and is full of all sorts of state-of-the-art equipment and laboratories for our science students. As mentioned, these are our different degree areas that we have. UEA is known for creative writing as well as environmental science, but we also development. We do have a brand new liberal arts program coming on board. So if you're looking for a little bit more flexibility, that would be the major for you, or also our natural sciences if you're looking to go into the STEM field. That's slightly more flexible. But by and large, students do have to know what they want to go into. Our programs are 3 years long, and from day one, you are in what you want to study. Some of our programs do also offer a built-in year abroad or year in industry, and that does extend the programs to 4 years. However, in that third built-in year, you only pay about a third or a quarter of tuition fees. So we're a great option for students who do know what they want to do. You would apply for, via the UCAS application, which is kind of the common application for UK schools. You can apply to up to 5 programs or 5 universities in the UK. Our requirements start at about a 3.3 GPA, and we do require an exam of 3 AP or IB exams, or we can also look at an ACT or SAT. If your course does require a subject-specific requirement, you will have to have that in an AP exam with a score of 3 or better. We look for you to have demonstrated academic interest in your field so that you know what you want to go into, and you know and you've done well to prepare for that, and also potentially what you want to do afterwards. And some of our courses will require an interview, audition, or portfolio, although those are pretty few and far between. Our costs start at about $24,000 US, and again, it is a year's worth at least of savings from the US. And the cost of living is about $13,000 US, making us cost comparable typically to out-of-state institutions for our students, although you can live more affordably than that in Norwich. Our scholarships can be automatic, starting at £4,000 for just the first year, all the way up to £8,000 per year if you do apply by essays. You can take loans over to the vast majority of universities in the UK through FAFSA, and also you're eligible to work at least 20 hours on your Tier 4 student visa while you're in courses. Please do connect with us, especially speak to our student ambassador from California named Nicole. She's been at UEA for 3 years and is planning to stay on for a 4th year for her master's degree. And you're also welcome to reach out to me with any questions that you might have. Thank you so much, and I'll pop in my details in the chat box for you all.
Thank you so much for that presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, definitely don't hesitate to drop those in the Q&A down below. Up next, Florida Southern College.
Hi everyone, my name is Dylan and I am one of the admissions counselors here at Florida Southern College. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with all of you so you can see our presentation. So just to get started with some basic information, Florida Southern College was founded in 1883, which actually makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. We're located in Lakeland, Florida, which is about an hour between Tampa and Orlando, very centrally located. And we're home to about 3,000 total students, about 60% of which are from the state of Florida, about 40% coming from out of state, representing nearly all 50 United States and 50 foreign countries as well. Here at Florida Southern, we do have over 70 programs of study, as well as 16 pre-professional tracks across our 5 schools, in addition to 11 master's and doctoral programs. Some of our most popular majors at Florida Southern are marine biology, business, nursing, and theater, but we're a liberal arts college at our core, so no matter what you choose to major in, you will get a well-rounded education. And for those of you who are looking to pursue multiple interests, about 40% of our students do choose to double major or pick up a minor. Here at Florida Southern, we do emphasize engaged and experiential learning, which means that we believe in the power of learning by doing, and we want to immerse our students in their field as soon as possible. We offer engaged learning experiences for our students in part because of our small class sizes. So the average FSC class has about 18 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. And all of our classes are taught by the professors themselves, never by teaching assistants or graduate assistants. So we can ensure that you are learning from leading experts in your field at all times. So here at FSC, as part of our engaged learning experience, we do offer 3 guarantees to every single Florida Southern student. The first that I'll highlight is our study abroad guarantee. So Florida Southern students do have a few different options in terms of studying abroad during their time here, with experiences ranging from a few weeks to a full semester with both domestic and international options. Many students do choose to study abroad through our Junior Journey program, which is a 1 to 2 week trip taken over a school break in either your junior or your senior year of college. And these trips do come at little to no additional cost to our students and include course credit regardless of what your major is. Our second guarantee is that you will complete an internship while you are here at Florida Southern, which is a huge advantage when you're applying to jobs these days. Students would have the option to complete their internship locally here in Lakeland or in the Central Florida area during the school year, or they would have the option to complete an internship closer to home or at a distance over school breaks. A lot of our students will intern at the grocery store chain Publix, which is actually headquartered right here in Lakeland, but there are plenty of opportunities across the country for our students as well. The last of our 3 guarantees is that you will graduate in 4 years or less. And we're able to offer this guarantee in part because our professors act as academic advisors, and they're paired with you from the moment that you start on campus, and they'll meet with you several times per year to make sure that you are staying on track for graduation. We are also a very transfer credit friendly institution. So for those of you who are taking AP classes or IB classes or dual enrollment, a lot of those credits may actually transfer to Florida Southern, and most of our students do come in with credit already under their belt. So we like to highlight these guarantees and experiences because they're important and they translate to post-graduation success for our students. So about 97% of our graduates do report that they have achieved their post-graduation goals within 1 year of leaving Florida Southern. And just for some context, about 1/3 of our students are going on to a graduate or professional program, and the other 2/3 of our students are going straight into the workforce. But outside of our academics and outcomes, Florida Southern does pride itself on being a true campus community. So students are required to live on campus for all 4 years. Housing is guaranteed, and our 16 housing options on campus do include campus dorms as well as apartment complexes that are set aside for our upperclassmen. There are also a ton of ways to get involved at FSC and to connect with your classmates and show your school spirit. So we have 20 NCAA Division II athletic teams and plenty of opportunities to participate in sports at both the club and intramural level. We have over 100 student clubs and organizations, ranging from Greek life to campus ministries to student government, as well as special interest clubs like a cappella and astronomy. And I will note that Florida Southern is affiliated with the United Methodist Church, which does inform the college's values, but there are no academic or extracurricular religious requirements here. So just to go over the application process, first and foremost, it is 100% free to apply to Florida Southern, regardless of how you do so. Our application is available through the Common App, through Coalition, and through our website. And in addition to the application, we're also going to need your high school transcripts, as well as your personal statement. In light of the pandemic, we have adopted a test optional policy for this upcoming year. So for those of you looking to apply for next fall, You won't have to submit test scores if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to if you have them, and we will super score them, but it won't count against you if you decide not to submit them. And we have also adopted an optional policy for the letter of recommendation to alleviate some of that pressure on our teachers and guidance counselors. But again, if you have a letter of rec and you want to submit it, we're happy to take that into consideration. And we do operate on a rolling admission schedule, which means that once you submit all required materials, you'll hear back from us in about 3 to 6 weeks. So finally, to touch on financial aid, we do recognize that the cost of college can be overwhelming, especially for students who are traveling from out of state. So we do automatically consider every single application that we receive for one of our merit scholarships. And some departments on campus do offer additional scholarships based on interviews and additional applications. And we are aid stacking, so we accept any aid that you're receiving from the federal government, from the state government, or any local scholarship funds. And we do accept college savings plans, so you can earn aid at Florida Southern from a variety of sources. And then finally, we are open for business here at FSC, so you're more than welcome to come make an appointment to visit us on campus or to take a virtual tour with us.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Up next, we have Maryville University.
Hey, thank you. My name is Antonio. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at Maryville University, located in St. Louis, Missouri. We are a 4 years private liberal arts institution. We enroll a little bit over 11,000 total students now, but our traditional undergraduate population is roughly about 2,900 students. We do have all 50 states represented, as well as 58 different countries. We do offer over 90-degree program opportunities. We're NCAA Division II. We have about 23 varsity sports moving forward this upcoming year, as well as the average class size is about 25. And we do have over 150 clubs and organizations with over 3,000 free events for our students annually. With that said, our top academic programs are nursing. We have a freshman direct entry program in which students will start taking their freshman nursing classes their first semester. We do have a direct entry physical therapy, which is a 6.5-year program, doctoral program here at Maryville University. Freshman direct entry occupational therapy, as well as speech language pathology. We also have cybersecurity, and probably one of our top business program will be the Rawlings Sports Business Management program. We also added computer science this year, which will have about 4 or 5 different opportunities for you guys to do artificial intelligence, user experience, data science, software development, or blockchain. But we do have over 90-degree program opportunities that you guys can choose from. With that said, we are an Apple Distinguished School, so 100% of our incoming freshmen will receive an iPad as well as an Apple Pencil that is yours to keep. And it comes with preloaded over 200 and some apps, but we also have a Maryville Cloud that has over 60 apps. Otherwise, you guys will have to pay for in the App Store that you guys are able to download and use in the classroom. And like I mentioned, it's yours to keep whenever you guys graduate. Books are already included in tuition, which I'll touch here later on. So you can download, actually about 30% of your books will be able to be downloaded digitally to your tablet. The rest you just go pick them up in the bookstore and return them at the end of the year. Career outcomes. So 97.6% of the students who graduate from Maryville University are either enrolled back in grad school, full-time, part-time job within 6 months of graduating. It gives us a quick breakdown by our 4 different colleges and what are some of the students doing, whether they're attending to start employment full-time or they're going back to grad school as well. Our tuition. So this year we actually decided to lower our tuition 5%, which it brought our tuition price down to $24,766, with room and board being about $10,300. And then we have the one fee, or the fee that includes all your books, lab materials, health and wellness, fitness facilities, on-campus activities, and many other opportunities. And that brings our total cost of attendance to $37,466 in comparison to what it was last year's $38,770, which is a good indicator that our students will be lowering our tuition in the next few years as well. These are our automatic scholarship. We are test optional, meaning you do not have to submit your test scores if you don't want to. So as long as you meet one of the two criteria, she'll automatically receive the scholarship. So 3.5 will automatically grant you $14,000 off tuition. Middle one being 3.0 will automatically grant you $11,000. And our bare minimum admissions criteria to the university is 2.5 or 22, 11, 10, and that will automatically grant you $9,000 off your tuition and fees. Here are some of our competitive scholarships. We award one presidential, which is full tuition, full room and board. Same criteria to be eligible to compete as the automatic. As soon as you meet one of the two criteria, you'll be extended an invitation to come and compete. Handful of trustees, same requirements as the presidential, 3.75 or 27, 1290. And then we also have over 30 different multicultural opportunities, and those are all the way up to 75% off tuition. A couple external donors, as well as design and visual arts. If you guys are interested in design and visual arts, we also have scholarships for the remaining of the year as well that would award all the way up to $5,000. First robotics, as well as Army ROTC, those may vary. So we always refer students to go to goarmy.com. We are part of the Common App as well as Coalition. Holistic review, as long as you complete one of the three options of applying, whether it be Common App, Coalition, or our institutional application. Fairly simple, just fill out the questionnaire and send us your transcript, and you should be able to hear from us within 48 hours once your file is completed. Some specific program will require some specific extracurricular or letters of recommendations and community involvement or additional paperwork, so just keep that in mind. Here's a short 30-second video about Maryville. We are also still open, hosting on-campus visits, as well as we have a sneak peek Wednesday. About once a month, we'll do a presentation that allows our students to learn more about Maryville University, and then our Maryville live webcast, that is our students run webcast that allow students to hear from other students. And thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening. Here's my contact information if you guys have any additional questions.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Up next, we have Seton Hall University.
Thanks so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Playa. I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admission here at Seton Hall University. You will see we have two locations for our campuses. Our main campus is located in South Orange, New Jersey, so about 30 minutes by train from New York City. We also have an interprofessional health sciences campus, which is also located about 30 minutes outside of New York City by bus. We're a medium-sized institution, so about 6,200 undergraduate students and 4,000 graduate students. We're pretty close to that 50-50 female to male ratio. We are really fortunate to have students coming from all 50 states and 70 different countries, which creates an amazing environment on campus where you're able to meet students from all different backgrounds, but also our student activities board is able to plan for events during the week and on the weekends. And then a 45% diversity rate of our students on campus. We offer a lot of the benefits of a larger institution. For example, our average class size is just, or excuse me, for example, we have 90 different majors that our students can choose from, 17,000 internships in our database at any given time, and 550 employers coming to our career fair every year, but also a lot of the benefits of a smaller institution. Our average class size is just 21 students. Our students to faculty ratio is 14:1, and we provide close faculty mentorship to all of our students. What we mean by that is that each student is going to work directly with a full-time faculty member in their major to select their classes each semester carefully and perhaps find internship and research opportunities within their major. And then minimal graduate assistants. Of course, we have graduate assistants who are conducting research with our faculty, but at the end of the day, our faculty members are always the one teaching the class to our students. And you'll see, like I mentioned, we have 90 different undergraduate majors and a number of different colleges within the university overall. And these include majors such as diplomacy and international relations, where students have access to both New York City and Washington, D.C. Our Stillman School of Business, which has over 10 different concentrations. Our direct entry College of Nursing, our School of Law, which offers 5 different accelerated programs with our undergraduate colleges, and then a School of Health and Medical Sciences, which offers 5 direct entry programs, including physician assistant, athletic training, and physical therapy. What we really emphasize at Seton Hall in all of our majors, though, is hands-on learning. That means different things for different students, of course. That can be research with faculty, that can be studying abroad or spending a semester in DC. You could be working in our college radio station, WSOU, which was ranked the #1 college radio station on in the nation, and also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have a market research center, a mock trading room, and a sports polling center for all of our business students. And most importantly, New York City is just 14 miles away. So our students really benefit from the opportunity to complete internships and find job opportunities right in New York City. And again, here are some internship statistics that we can provide. About 17,000 internships that our students can choose from at any given time. About 81% of our students have completed 1 or more internships by the time they graduated. Really emphasize at least 1 internship because our students have completed 3, 4, 5, 6 internships by the time they graduate. And we were ranked top 4 in the nation for providing internship opportunities to our students. And on the left side, you'll see a lot of our internship and job opportunities that our students have benefited from. All this really culminates to a 93% employment rate after graduation because of all the hands-on experience that we can provide to our students. Here's a bit of information about student life. So about 150 different clubs and organizations on campus, 26 Greek organizations that make up about 30% of our student undergraduate population. Our Student Activities Board works really hard to plan weekly events for our students, whether that be smaller or larger events right here on campus, or taking advantage of the surrounding area and providing events like tickets to Yankees and Mets games, concerts, Broadway shows. There are just so many opportunities that our Student Activities Board takes advantage of. And then, of course, New York City being close by, our students can take advantage of that personally, whether that be culturally or professionally. In terms of athletics, we are Division I and we play in the Big East Conference. We also have 25 club and intramural teams. So if you're not ready to play at the big Division I level, you can certainly still participate in sports on campus. In terms of housing, we have 6 residence halls on campus and 2 apartment buildings off campus, and about 80% of our students are living either on or near campus. In terms of scholarships, Seton Hall offers over $100 million each year in scholarships and grants to our students. 98% of our students are receiving some sort of scholarship, and 98% of that money is coming directly from Seton Hall University. When you apply to the university and are accepted, you'll automatically be considered for a merit-based scholarship, and that will be in your acceptance letter, that merit-based scholarship. We also have some separate scholarships that you can apply to. Those have a deadline of January 15th. Those can all be found on our website, though, and those would stack on top of your original merit scholarship award. And some information about applying to the university. You'll see that we have 4 application deadlines, 2 early action and 2 regular decision. The main difference between them is just when you'll hear back. Typically, it's about a 4 to 6 week turnaround from the application deadline that you apply to when you'll hear back from the university. Some information about what you'll need to apply to Seton Hall. We are on the common application, or we have our own Seton Hall application. We have no preference either way as in terms of which one you provide. The $55 application fee can be waived by using that code XFW. There is an essay, transcript and council reports, teacher recommendation, and then SAT or ACT scores. Really importantly, we are test optional for the fall 2021 semester, and we just announced we'll be test optional for the fall 2022 semester. So for any juniors, you can apply test optional. Just some numbers to keep in mind. Average GPA is about a 3.6, SAT is a 1240, and ACT is about a 27. And here's some contact information. In case you want to reach out to us, we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you for that presentation. Our final institution for this session is University of Illinois at Chicago.
Great, thank you. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon to learn a little bit more about all these awesome institutions. My name is Samantha Gelbavi, and I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Outreach for the University of Illinois at Chicago. And I'm so excited to share a little bit more about UIC this afternoon.
So there are a lot of great things about UIC, but there are 5 things in particular that I think make us such a unique institution. And I'm going to start by running through those. So first we have our location. We are located in Chicago, about a mile away from the Loop. That's where a lot of famous Chicago landmarks are that you might be familiar with. And even though we are in a city and have awesome views of the Chicago skyline from all over the place on our city, we still offer a very traditional college campus. You're not going to find skyscrapers on the campus. Instead, you'll find residence halls, a union, a quad, and even more than 5,000 trees as well. Now, the red part you see on the screen here is our East Campus. That's where you'll spend the majority of your time as an undergraduate student. I do want to mention that we have a West Campus just off this page here. That is located in the Illinois Medical District. So for those of you interested in the health sciences, you could get experience working with patients, doctors, and other healthcare providers right on campus. We also have the South Campus that houses our athletic stadiums. We do have 20 Division I sports teams, and the games are free, so students love checking that out. Now, the reason I start by talking about our location being in Chicago is because our students really do treat the city of Chicago as their campus. They take advantage of things like jobs and internships, but also of a never-ending list of fun experiences, museums, restaurants, some of the coolest neighborhoods in the country, and much more. Another thing that makes UIC so unique is that we're not only committed to academic excellence, but also academic access. We do have 15 academic colleges that our students can apply to, and you can start in your major right away as a first semester freshman. And even though we do have a lot of different majors and academic programs, and we are the largest institution in Chicago, we really want to ensure an engaging academic experience for all of our students. And we do this through things like small class sizes and the availability of our faculty. So you can see here 80% of our classes are less than 50 students, and our faculty members are always available to assist students outside the classroom with questions as well. Now, another way that UIC is unique is we believe really strongly that our students should be learning just as much outside the classroom as they are inside the classroom. Our students learn through things like jobs and internships, through study abroad, which you can actually do on any continent as a UIC student, and also through research. And I'm touching on research just a little bit more because UIC is a Research 1 institution. This means we engage in the highest level of research activity. We spend more than $400 million on sponsored research programs every single year. And as a UIC student, you would get to participate in research as early as your first semester on campus. Now, another way our students learn both in and outside the classroom is through their interactions with their peers. UIC is considered one of the most welcoming and diverse institutions in the US. And actually in 2020, we were named in the top 5 most diverse institutions in the US as well. Our students come from different cultural backgrounds. They have different socioeconomic experiences, race and gender identities, religious beliefs, and so much more. And that really frames the kind of conversations our students have with one another. To break it down a little more, 40% of our students are first-generation college students, meaning they're the first in their family to attend college, and we have no ethnic or cultural majority on our campus. One thing that we do have in order to support such a diverse student body is access to a bunch of support services that offer things like free advising, free tutoring, help with scholarships or financial aid, and a lot of cultural centers, more than 10 cultural centers as well, where students can connect with one another. This includes one of the only disability cultural centers in the US and the only Arab American cultural center in the US as well. Now, finally, a final way UIC is unique is because of our commitment to social good. We believe really strongly that our students need the skills to create change in their communities in whatever industry they pursue after they leave UIC. And for that reason, a lot of our classes do have community service or outreach components connected within them. Now, I just talked about all the ways that UIC is so unique. And if those are things that you're looking for in an institution, then we really hope that you apply. And here's some information about the application process. We are on the Common App. You'll need to submit a high school transcript. Test scores are optional and will remain optional. There is an application fee of $60, but we are happy to provide a fee waiver if that $60 presents a challenge. Everything you see on the screen right now are things that we will consider during the holistic review process. The final thing I just want to mention is just a slide about some tuition and fee information. You'll see our in-state and non-resident rate. If you are from Lake County, Indiana, you do qualify for in-state tuition. However, if you're outside Lake County, Indiana, you will also qualify for a scholarship that brings down the non-resident price much closer to that in-state student tuition price. So, and you'll be automatically reviewed for that scholarship when you apply as well. Now, the other costs you see on the screen here are optional and estimates just to help you and your family plan ahead. And I just want to say again, you will be reviewed for all scholarships automatically when you apply. Now, I just want to say thank you so much for coming today. And, you know, there are more than 4,000 institutions in the United States, so we are here to help. It's a huge decision to just apply to a handful, and I will post this contact information in the chat. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.
Thank you everyone for giving us wonderful presentations this afternoon. I'd like to invite everybody to come back to answer a quick question for you guys, just to give you a little bit more information about some stuff they offer at their campuses. So as you see, we will be answering what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus, and we are going to go in presentation order, and we'll start with University of Southern Florida.
Hi, yes, again, thank you for having us. And I think the coolest well, it's an event kind of part of University of South Florida, but it's actually not on our campus. And that is our USF football team actually plays at the Raymond James Stadium. And that's where you'll get a chance to go to any of our home games free of charge to show your student ID. And you actually get to participate with, you know, being on an NFL stadium. That's where the Bucs just won the Super Bowl, and that's where our team plays. And we also have the Herd of the Marching, the Herd is what it's called, but that's our marching band. It's a band of over 300 members. So they also perform along with our cheerleaders. And so it's just a great event to get a chance to be a part of. And it happens several times in the fall. So hopefully you get to come and cheer the USF Bulls on.
University at East Anglia.
Thanks. So my favorite, or one of the traditions that we have, I think that's one of the favorites among students, has unfortunately been put on pause for a tiny bit, but hopefully it will be back in these coming years. It's called Pimp My Barrow, which I hate to say to students, but it's basically where students take a wheelbarrow and they decorate it and they raise funds for charity. So at the end of the day, it is for a good cause. And again, hopefully it will be back. You can check out the tradition if you Google Pimp My Barrow.
Florida Southern College.
So my favorite tradition at FSC is definitely the Water Dome Splash. So Florida Southern College is actually the largest single site collection of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture in the country. And one of those pieces of architecture is our beautiful water dome. It's basically a giant water fountain that shoots water about 12 feet in the air. Students are absolutely forbidden for going in the water dome while they are current students, but it's a tradition that your senior year before you graduate, everybody in the senior class jumps in the water dome to celebrate together.
Maryville University.
Yeah, so we have a convening of the class that you'll hear the bell be ring your freshman year, and then you actually hear it at the end when you guys conclude your 4 years of education and graduate, which I think signifies pretty important 4 years of your lifetime.
Seton Hall.
Yeah, my favorite tradition is our Christmas at the Hall celebration. Every year we sort of go over the top. We have a tree lighting that has almost as many lights as the tree in Rockefeller Center. We give out blue Santa hats. We have a lot of fun. We give out free hot chocolate. So it is a really fun event for all of our students each year.
And University of Illinois at Chicago.
I think my favorite tradition is called Spark in the Park. It's a huge concert in the fall to kind of kick off each academic year, and we bring big name artists to campus. So in the past, we've had 21 Pilots or Kid Cudi come to campus and perform for all of our students for free. So it's a really exciting, fun event.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we appreciate any feedback you can provide to us. This is also just one of many sessions happening. There are 2 more additional hours, so definitely go check those out. And in about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us and have a good afternoon.